Hey guys, it's Yadi here. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to record a tutorial for you guys, and then I also wanted to record my June favorites. So I kind of was like, okay, so why don't I just do it together? Today I'm going to be filming a tutorial using my June favorites. But yeah, so let's jump right into the tutorial. For my eyebrows, I've been doing pretty much the same thing. I have added the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade into my routine though. I've been using this just to kind of underline my brows underneath just a tiny bit, just because I feel like it makes them look a little darker and more defined, as opposed to the pencil that doesn't, darken them enough for me right now, because my eyebrows are a little on the thin side right now. It happens. So yeah, so this has been helping me make them a little bit more defined. So yeah, that's the only different thing on my eyebrows right now. Go ahead and jump right into the eyes. For primer, I mean, this is pretty much not even a favorite. It's basically a holy grail for me. I've been using this for years already, and I love this stuff. This is the eyeshadow base in Skin Tone. It's by NYX, so I'm just going to be applying that to my lids today and just blending it out. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my lids. So yeah, now I'm going to go ahead and set the primer, and to do that I just use like a light color eyeshadow. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a palette that I've been using nonstop ever since I got it. And I mean, you probably already know from my tutorials, but I seriously cannot put it down. And this is the Holy Grail palette by Violet Boss. It literally is a holy grail for me, because I mean, I love this palette. Ever since I got it, I just seriously cannot even put it down. Like, I've been using it nonstop, but the colors are so creamy. So I'm going to go ahead and use this color right here to set that primer real quick. I'm going to be using this color right here as my transition shade, and the color is called Transition. So I'm going to be applying this on my crease. I start very light. Like, I don't like to darken it too much at first, just because I feel like it's harder for me to undarken it than it is to darken it. So I start pretty light and build up the color. I just feel safer that way. And then I go in with a darker shade, which today I'm going to be doing like this orangey color right here. It's called Hashtag, and I'm just going to be patting this kind of in here just to build up the color. And then I go back with my fluffy brush and then blend it out a little bit. For my brow bone highlight, I'm going to go ahead and use that same color that I used to set my primer. So Thanks a Latte. That's the name of it. Alright, so now for my lids, I'm going to be using this color right here. It's called Awesome Sauce. And I'm just going to be applying this on the lid. I am going to dampen my brush a little bit, just so I can, I'm going to grab some of my brush and then spray it with some Fix Plus, just to make it a little bit more intense. And then just pat it on the lid. It's basically kind of like the same color as my transition color, just with a little bit of shimmer in it. Alright, so that's all for my eyeshadow. Now, for my eyeliner, I mean, I don't even think I have to say it. You pretty much already know. The NYC Liquid Liner in 887 Extreme Black. So yeah, I'm just gonna line my wings. I'm gonna do one on camera and then do the other one off camera, just because it takes way too long sometimes. So I do have a wing liner tutorial though, so if you guys want to check that out, you guys can check that out. Alright, so there we have our little wing liners right there. They're just baby wings. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add, this is basically another holy grail, it's not even a favorite, but yeah, the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. And I'm just gonna apply a thin layer just to hold up my false lashes. I've been obsessed with these for a while, but I mean, I promise you I'm gonna try to look into like different lashes so I won't have the same lashes every month. But yeah, for this month, obviously my goddess lashes have to take, you know, the win, because I've been using these non-stop, and these are by Coco Lashes and the style Goddess. I just love how they make my eyes look. Like, I feel like they're the right size. I don't have to trim them or anything. Like, they just fit perfectly. So I'm gonna go ahead and use another one of my favorites, which is another one of my holy grails, this dual brush on adhesive. So I let it dry for a little bit, and then I place it on my eye, but I kind of do it like this. Like, I don't really make it go down just because I want it to like lift up. So I kind of place it to where it's going to be lifting up instead of down. I feel like that's how they look the best. I just let it sit on there for a while, and then I go back and we'll squeeze them. So just let it sit there for a couple seconds while I do my other one. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. So I'm just going to let that chill. So I'm going to go ahead and cover my eyes and spray the rest of my face so I can move on to my primer and stuff. So I'm going to spray my forehead, spray my cheeks. So yeah, so now I'm going to go ahead and move on to my pore minimizing primer by Smashbox. And I just apply this primer where I have like the bigger pores and where I feel like my skin gets the most oily, so I can hold my foundation better. And then I'm gonna go in, like I said, I've been loving this L'Oreal Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this, but I don't put it on my nose because I don't want that extra glow on my nose. I just kind of put it where I want to be glowier, so like on my cheeks, my chin, and a little bit on my forehead. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a pump, kind of something like this, and then just apply this right in here, and then a little bit on my forehead, and then just blend it out with my fingers just to give me that extra glow when I do my foundation. I've only had this, I want to say, for about a month or so, but it quickly became one of my favorites just because I love how it makes my foundation look. Alright, so moving on to foundation, and I'm pretty sure you guys already know what am I gonna use. I mean, it's pretty obvious what my favorite foundations are at the moment, and that's these, the L'Oreal Infallible. I mixed two colors just because, like I said, I'm in between both. I mixed the 104 and the 105, and I love these. So just dab it on. I should have color corrected my pimples, but I didn't, but sorry. I have been using that green corrector. This green concealer by NYX is like seriously my favorite to color correct my acne. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, I don't want to wipe it off. Just this one, I think is the reddest one. Just so you guys could see, I just kind of dab it on there. I'm pretty sure you see me do this a few times in my other tutorials, but yeah, I love how that color correcting concealer works. That's the green one. If you have blemishes or any red marks or anything on your face, that stuff works really good for that. And then I'll be blending it out. I'm gonna try to blend some out with my Real Techniques sponge. I usually don't do the sponge, but since I want like a more dewier look, I'm gonna go ahead and use the sponge today. Do you guys prefer the Beauty Blender or this one? I feel like, to me, they work the same. I don't have a preference for either or, but it just kind of, this one's cheaper, so I buy this one. Alright, so now that our foundation's on, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the concealer. For concealer, one of my favorites, I mean, holy girl, is Age Rewind. But one of my recent favorites that I've been using a little more is the NYX HD concealer, and this is in the color 04. I like this one a lot just because when I wear it, I feel like it brightens up my under area a lot more than the Age Rewind does, and I think it's because it's a lighter color. But I like how creamy it is also, so it's easy to blend out. This one works great, and this one works really great, like I said, just to kind of highlight a little bit more of that under eye area. But I still feel like it's not like an everyday kind of concealer. Or maybe if I got a one that's a little darker, maybe, I don't know, maybe I need to try that. But for now, it obviously takes the win for my June favorite. And to set my concealer, I've been really liking the Wet n Wild Cover All Pressed Powder, and this one's in the color light medium. And I just grab a brush and just set underneath. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that real quick. Alright, so now moving on to setting my whole foundation. And I could use a lighter powder, but I've really been loving how it looks with the MAC Studio Fix. And even though it does add a little bit more coverage, I don't use a whole bunch. I try to use like a big dense brush like this, and then I just kind of dab it on. Just where I feel like, you know, I'm breaking out the most, I put a little more, just so the powder kind of sets it in. But other than that, I just kind of lightly set my face so that my foundation doesn't move around. Now, another one of my favorites for sure this month has been the Milani Glow bronzer in the number 04. And yeah, this bronzer, I've had it for, I want to say like 2-3 years already, but I never really got into it because it had a lot of shimmer, and I was like, I can't bronze with the bronzer that has shimmer. Well, yeah, yes I can, because I love it now. So I just grab a brush like this and then just swirl it around and just kind of go like on my forehead and on my cheeks. I don't really do my chin with it or my nose, just because it's a little too sparkly, so I don't want to have sparkles on my chin area. I want it a little bit more defined, which for that I use my Hoola bronzer, but we'll get there right now. But yeah, I just kind of go on my forehead and then my cheeks right here, just to give me like a little bit more of that glowiness. And then I go back in with my Hoola bronzer, which is obviously one of my favorites, and it's pretty much going to remain my favorite forever, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, just use the original brush that it comes with and then just dab it on there. Look at that. Like, is that a favorite or not? What do you think? And I just kind of go in here just to define my cheeks a little more, and then I push the product upwards so it can give me more of that sharp definition in there. And then I do the same to this other side. I don't like pushing the product down because then it makes you look like you got a beard. So I like pushing it up so it doesn't look like I got a beard. So yeah, and then with the same brush that I used for my bronzer, I like to go back in the same spots and just kind of darken those spots a little bit more so it looks a little bit more defined. And then obviously my double chin. Now I'm going to go in with my powder real quick. Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Obviously it's a favorite for the month also, but I mean, it's literally a holy grail. I just go in with the same brush that I did my foundation with, and I just dab it right in the center of my forehead so that I won't get all oily and stuff. And then I kind of go in here. Since I don't like to bake much, I just kind of go in here and just kind of define that line a little more, but without baking. Now I'm going to move back over to the eyes again real quick just to finish off the eyes. And I'm going to go back into my Holy Grail palette, and I'm going to be using the same colors that I use for, you know, my crease color. I'm going to use those down here. Start with the lighter shade and just drag that all the way in. And then go with this eye. Now I'm going to go in with that hashtag color and do my, just darken it a little bit more. Alrighty. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of my mascara to my bottom lashes real quick. My first favorite highlight for this month is going to have to be the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in Conceited. I actually bought these a long time ago. I bought them when Mac Daddy first came out with them, and I used to follow him on, I still follow him on Instagram, but when I used to follow him on Instagram, and I saw that he was coming out with these things, I was like super hyped about it. Like, I was excited to order them, and I ordered them when he first brought them out. I ordered this one and Gold Digger, and for a while I was, you know, using them, but I felt like they were super intense. So I kind of just put them away, and then recently I found them in my makeup stash and I was like, why haven't I been using this? You know, like what was so wrong about it? So yeah, I used this in my previous tutorial, and seriously, like right when I put it on, if you watch that tutorial, you know exactly what I'm talking about. My reaction to that was like I did not remember how intense they were. I'm gonna go ahead and use some of this today, and then for my first highlight, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some on my cheeks. I kind of start in the higher points down and move my way down. I don't start here, start up here. And then I move over to the forehead area right here. Just kind of dab whatever's left over, and then on my nose. And then my cupid's bow and my chin. And then I'm gonna do this side. So I do that first layer of highlight, and then I set my face with the Urban Decay setting spray. This is obviously one of my favorite holy grail items. Like, I mean, it's just been, and it will be, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I just go ahead and set my face with that. And just, that's what I'm talking about. You see when I set that, like, can you see that highlight? Can you see how it got, like, it just kind of went and sunk in my skin to like look like if I'm literally like glowing from within. But yeah, so that's for my first layer of highlight. That's one of my favorites. And then I'm gonna go in with my second layer of highlight, and obviously the Laura Geller in Gilded Honey is my favorite as of right now. I just love the color, like that gold pigment that this has. I love how these two together look. Oh, I actually like doing my inner corners with this too. So I go in my inner corners right here and add a little glow right in there. There we go. And then moving back to the eyes real quick before I do my lips. Another favorite of mine this month, or like I've been doing like the white liner for a while, but I mean, I feel like the white liner is, you know, pretty basic, just white liner. I've moved on to trying different color liners inside my waterline, and I recently bought a few from NYX. Today I'm just going to be using this yellow one. This is an electro liner from NYX, and it's called Power Lines. I just love how wearing color eyeliner makes your eyes pop a lot more. Like, watch, you see this looks pretty basic to you, right? Just give me a second. Let me put this baby on. Can you see that? Can you see that pop of yellow in there? Probably my camera's not even gonna pick it up, but I promise you it's so pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and do this eye. That yellow liner. Okay, so now moving on to the lips. I've been really trying to go back into like my actual lipsticks instead of the liquid lipsticks, like my actual tube lipsticks. I do love the liquid lipsticks because you don't have to retouch them as much, but I feel like people are forgetting about like the real lipsticks. So for today, I'm gonna be going back into one of my favorite, you know, lipsticks from MAC. And I pretty much used this lipstick a lot this month, and it's called Kinda Sexy. And like I said, I really want to start going back into like my MAC lipsticks because I own a shitload of them, like a shitload of them. And I feel like I haven't been using them as much just because I've been into liquid lipsticks, but I really want to go back into, you know, using those. So for today, one of my favorites is Kinda Sexy by MAC. And I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips with my favorite lip liner, which is Oak Liner by MAC also. Okay, now I'm going to go in with Kinda Sexy. I'm going to be adding just a tiny bit of this Lime Crime lipstick. It's called Cosmo Pop, right in the center, just to make it a little bit more orange. Alright, so that's the finished look right there. And I do have basically a liquid lipstick that pretty much could give me the same color as what I just put on my lips, and it's going to be the ColourPop in Instigator. But yeah, so whew. Hopefully this isn't a long ass tutorial because I actually did talk through the whole thing, and yeah, I talk a lot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look that I created with my June favorites. Those are just some of my favorites and holy grails that I have, but I would like to know some of your guys' favorites and holy grails. So comment down below and let me know some of your favorites or some of your holy grails. But yeah, so I really do hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and, well, I guess tutorial slash favorites. So yeah, if you guys did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and you already know. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.